right back with you, okay?
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Taking it slow, I'm afraid to be alone. Nobody told me it's harder than I thought to tell the truth.
Thank you.
Hi there. How's it going today?
Hey, Jessica, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. I was looking over the case notes here, but do you mind telling me a little bit about what you've been through up until this point?
Well, I had some questions that I gave to DJ, and I was hoping he would be able to answer the questions.
Gotcha. Okay. Let me see. He's off right now. Did you try to get back in touch with him?
Well, I tried a lot yesterday. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a hold of him. It's not his fault, mine actually. But I no, could not get. It did not work out. So I'm just wondering. I was told that the notes were available, and I'm wondering what's happening.
Well, I can try to answer your questions for you if you'd like.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
And then, what questions did you have?
Oh, I thought he noted them down because I went through them. He didn't write them down?
Well, I see them here, yeah. So you wanted to know, I guess I'm just trying to understand, like, so the first one was about start off with when the Mac is starting up.
Yes. Well, um, I want to know if on on a unboxing of a device and then wipe and reset, would I see the same startup? Would I see it show similarly on unboxing again and wipe and reinstall? Would the startup be similar or would it be different?
Hold on, I'm not hearing you very well. Let me see if I can. So you want to know if the startup you see when you first unbox the device is the same as the one that you start up, or that you see when you would normally start the computer after you've already set it up?
Well, okay, you've got the first part correct. What I see, I just unbox the device, right? I just unbox the device, I'm setting it up, and there's a few windows, a few things, a few behaviors that I see, which is fine. So I'm asking if that startup at unboxing is the same if I was to wipe the device and reinstall the operating system, would I see the same startup? Given that all the other variables are the same.
So, like when you first unbox the device, um, it takes you through the setup. If you've already set up your computer and you reinstall the operating system, it's not going to go through the setup.
I'm sorry. Okay. So I just give me a moment here. You were saying, sorry, just repeat it. I didn't get it.
Okay, so the first time you start up your computer, it takes you through the setup assistant where you log into your Apple ID, you choose if you're going to restore from the backup, all that kind of stuff. So if you've already been through all that and you go and reinstall macOS, it's not going to go through that again.
Okay. So if I completely wipe and and I'm not saying just reinstall macOS, if I completely wipe the device and then um, I reinstall OS, you're saying it will not go through the whole process again.
Yeah, so if you erase the device and then start it up again, then it will again go through the setup assistant, just like it would the first time you first started it.
Okay, so that was the question. If I
Okay.
wipe and erase, will it do this? Will the setup be the same?
Yes.
Okay, so it should be the same.
Right.
Fantastic. And if it is not the same, then what?
It will be. I mean, if you erase the device, it's basically acting like a brand new computer.
Okay, so then we have an agreement then that it should be the same at unboxing and wipe and reinstall.
Yes.
Perfect. Um, now, so when I set up the device, I looked at it online, and this might seem a little bit nitpicky, and I'll admit to it, but I am just trying to be logical here. When the device, when I unbox it, does it automatically connect to any Wi-Fi, or do I have to actually choose a Wi-Fi for it to connect to?
Yeah, you have to choose the network that you connect to.
So I have to choose, it does not automatically connect to a network.
Right.
All right. So you see, the thing is, I had asked before, and I'm wondering what the steps are. Um, does it say looking for a network? I looked at some YouTube videos, and it said to me, the setup says looking for networks, so it'll show all the networks available. And
Right.
then, right? Yes. Okay, good. So it says looking for network first, and then it asks for a password if there is one, if you have a password, right?
Right.
And then, but if there isn't a password and you click on, let's say I'm at the Apple Store, if I click on the Apple Store, then it'll say what?
So, like, if you connect to the App Store after you've already set up the device and connected to your Wi-Fi network and everything.
Oh, no, 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 no. So when I am setting up the device, I insist do not connect to network, do not connect to Wi-Fi.
Right.
I said that to the people. I am not going to sign in with an Apple ID because it gives me the option to skip, right?
Right.
Good, thank you. So it gives me the option to skip signing on to Wi-Fi. And
Right.
so I do that. I skip signing into Wi-Fi. I skip signing in with my Apple ID. I do not bring forward any data onto the computer. So,
Mm-hmm.
given that I don't want to connect to a network, um, will it still say looking for network and then connecting?
It'll always say looking for network as long as Wi-Fi is turned on.
Okay.
So if you turn off Wi-Fi, then obviously it's not going to be searching for network.
Okay, great. And will it, at what point will it say, at any time, will it say connecting?
It should never say connecting unless you're actually connecting to a Wi-Fi network.
Right. Okay. So that's what I thought. So hold that thought. It should never say connecting unless I choose a network and it's actually connecting to a network, right?
Right.
Okay, good. So connect, okay, looking for a network means it's just looking to see what's available.
Right.
And connecting means it's connecting to the network.
Right.
Thank you for that. Anything else that we need to clarify on that? Because that was a question I was asking a few times.
Okay. Yeah. No. I mean, if my answers make sense to you,
Mm-hmm.
um, that should be all there is. As far as the Wi-Fi networks, like I said, it's always going to be looking for a network. It should never say connecting unless you actually click on a network, enter the network password, and then it would say connecting.
Right. Okay, so that makes sense to me. It sort
Okay.
of agrees with what I saw online. I did a lot of reviews, and it
Mm-hmm.
actually agrees with all the reviews that I saw, because the only time it says connecting is it's when it's actually connecting to the network.
Right.
Right. Okay, so we agree there. Okay, good. On a new MacBook Air, when I go to when I click on the Apple icon and then I click, I think, on storage and then manage, what should I see? Gigs of data applicable to application using 5 gigs of data, and then GarageBand using 3 gigs of data, and then at the bottom, system management, I think, using whatever amount. What should I see there at unboxing?
That one I don't know that I would really know the answer to right off the top of my head
Hmm.
because I've never actually looked at that on a brand new Mac that hasn't been set up yet.
Oh, okay. All right. Um, how would I find that out?
Um, the only thing that you could really do is see if there's an answer for that online. Like, say, I'm kind of just looking at my computer here.
Mm-hmm.
I've only got like the default Apple applications installed on here.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, and a few more. So, yeah, that might not be the best gauge because I do have other applications on here.
Okay. Is there, but I just want to know if there's a way I can find out what I should see when I go to that Apple icon and I go to storage to see what space is being used up by what application. I think that would be
I
a
don't know.
standard thing, right? It shouldn't change on devices, right? Let's say if I buy right now, if I buy 5 MacBook Air and I turn them all on and I set them up, that storage bit should be standard across the devices, right?
Let me see. I'm trying to see if I can find out if there would be a way that you can figure out what all should be used on a brand new Mac. I don't know because I don't have the answer for that.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of stuff about how much storage you should get, but I'm not seeing how much it would consume.
Is it possible to leave that with you? Maybe you can look into the matter a little bit more.
Pardon?
Is it possible to leave it with you, the to do some research maybe? Because I've tried looking online, I couldn't find anything.
Yeah, I can see what I can find out. So you want to know how much storage should be consumed on a brand new Mac?
Yeah, on a brand new MacBook Air, you've got my serial number. On a brand new MacBook Air, I think it's a new version, just 3 months old, just came out. Whatever application has in it is 3 months old. I was told it's a new version, newest version,
Mm-hmm.
right? I just want to know
Right.
what I should see when I click on manage the storage. You do you understand the window I'm talking about?
Right. Yeah, I know what window you're talking about.
Fantastic. Good, good. So I need to know that. Um, and the a couple of other questions I have is a significant amount of power is being used constantly on the device. For example, I am with a friend and we have no visible Wi-Fi, and I look at activity monitor. At the very bottom of activity monitor, there's a little graph there, and it says 100% power lasts so many hours. You know what I'm talking about? Can you situate that?
Like for the battery?
Yes, for the battery. It says 100%
Mm-hmm.
power lasts so many hours. Yes?
I think I know what you're talking about. I'm on a Mac, an iMac, so I'm not too familiar with what the activity monitor looks like on a MacBook Air.
Oh. Um, well, let me ask you the question, but you can visualize activity monitor and what it tells me, yes? Or should tell
Yes.
me. Good. So what the issue is sometimes my 100% power and I am just basically doing nothing except I just open my device and I am looking to see what's using up this vast amount of power. And at varying times, my 100% power will last sometimes 5.4 hours, sometimes 20 hours, sometimes 9 hours, sometimes 7 hours, and I assure you, fully documented, I am just staring at the darn computer and I'm wondering why is it? Why the huge discrepancy?
Gotcha. So you're saying that you don't really have any other applications open aside from Activity Monitor, but the battery, the time is fluctuating pretty wildly, like large amounts and then smaller amounts, but you're not running any other applications.
Exactly. It will say, let's say for example, 15 hours, then it says 9 hours, then it says 20 hours, still at the same 100% battery power. Why that? Why go up all of a sudden at 20 hours when 2 minutes ago or 5 minutes ago you said 9 hours or 7 hours? Now you say 2 minutes later or 5 minutes later you say 20 hours. Same 100% power. Why is that?
Okay, yeah, that one I'd probably have to do some research on.
Right. Because I'm concerned only because the power drains constantly on the device. And I use it just for basic things, nothing fancy. So it's
Gotcha.
right. So that's one question you're going to be looking into, and you're looking into the other one of that storage, right?
Right.
Right. Um, sorry, I'm just writing this down. So storage and that one there. Also, in storage, I also did I ask you about GarageBand and applications to find out how much space they are using up?
Yeah, you did mention that. So you want to know how much GarageBand
Yeah,
could be using up.
and applications, because when I click on, you see on that screen at the very bottom it says, I think, system application, something like that, and there it shows things like QuickTime, Activity Monitor, all the little applications, right?
Right.
And then at the very top of my list it says applications again, right? And that's using up I think 4 or 5 GB, and I'm wondering why. And in that it says iMovie, um, GarageBand,
Mm-hmm.
and a few other things. So it just didn't make sense to me why I have two sets of I have GarageBand once, and then I have, it seems to be there in a second location. I don't understand it, but if you can look into that and let me know, that would be
Yeah.
fantastic. Good. So that's two. So that's two, and then the last one is actually no. I'm going to go back to storage and GarageBand. Is it on my computer? It says I can delete everything in that applications at the very top, and if I need to I can always download from the App Store. Did you know
Right.
that? Yeah, you know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good. So uh, is that true? I can delete everything in that application folder, because I tried and I couldn't delete everything in that applications folder.
Yeah, there's some programs in the applications folder that you can't delete.
Like what?
Um, like for instance, let me take a look here. I know, like font book, for instance, is
I'm sorry,
something that
which one?
you wouldn't think that
Which
it's
one?
called font book.
Font book?
Yeah, so that one is you wouldn't think you'd need it, but if you try to delete it, it'll say that macOS needs it. So that's one of the ones that cannot be deleted. Like messages can't be deleted, FaceTime,
No, no, no. But you see,
but
messages on FaceTime are in that system application that's at the very bottom, which takes up 14 gigs, right? Or
right,
yeah, around 14 gigs. Those I cannot delete at all. I know that. That's part
right,
of the system,
right,
right? But the very top one where it says applications, and in there is iMovie, notes, things like GarageBand.
right.
I thought I
Yeah,
could.
you can for sure delete like iMovie and GarageBand. I don't think you can delete notes.
Okay, can you look into that as well? Because I am having I'm having exactly the opposite problem of what you just said. I can delete the other ones but not iMovie. Or no, I can delete iMovie but not the other. Listen, it's so complicated. Let me leave it up to you. You tell me which ones I can delete or which ones I cannot and how much storage is allocated to each. Could you please?
Yeah, I'll look into that for you.
Great. And then let me see. The last one is all right. So activity monitor. Whenever I open my device, activity monitor spikes. It goes up crazy high. And I'm wondering if that's normal for it to spike that high when I'm just doing nothing except for opening my device.
Do you know which processors are running high?
Oh no, the thing is, you would think processes are running high, but everything looks normal. But the that chart, the a graph or chart or whatever it is, just spikes. The energy impact spikes, but activity monitor looks beautiful. It doesn't read anything spiking.
Yeah, that's another thing I'd probably have to look into.
All right. So can I leave that? That's it. That's all I need to ask. And I'll leave that with you. Is it possible for you to get back to me anytime soon?
Yeah, so I don't know if I'll be able to get back to you today, but I can probably get back to you early on in my shift tomorrow.
Around what time you think?
What time zone are you in?
Sorry?
What time zone are you in?
I am Eastern Standard.
Eastern?
Yeah.
Okay. So I start making outbound calls at 1:30 p.m. Eastern time, so that would probably be the easiest, the earliest I'd be able to get back to you.
Okay. So why don't you give
Okay?
me a ring? Did you say 1:30?
Yeah, 1:30.
Let me write that down. So 1:30 p.m. tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And your name again? Sorry?
Jessica?
Jessica. Jessica, thank you so much. I really do appreciate your help. And I leave
Yep.
that in your good hands. Actually, when I spoke to DJ, I had asked him to research everything and I gave him a whole bunch of days to research them to get back to me. So I was hoping somewhere he had left some notes. Um,
Yeah, like he left notes on the questions that you have, um, that you asked, but he hasn't left anything other than that. So if he found like answers to any that he didn't document it.
oh, okay. So I'm going to ask you the same thing that I asked him, which is I hate going around in circles and I only call you guys because I've done my own research, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I'm still lost. So if you
Right.
can, right, thank you. So if you can, if you have some documents, some YouTube videos even to show me what's normal, that would be fantastic.
Okay, I'll do my best.
Oh, you're beautiful. Thank you so much. Um,
You're
uh,
very welcome.
Thanks. I look forward to speaking to you tomorrow.
All right, sounds good.
Have a good evening.
You too, thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
And now I stop recording.